Much. Great to be back in the friendly confines. Man, that was a long trip. It was a good trip. 7-3 as the Cubs clinched the division.
Yeah, 7-3 trip. You're bringing home 7 W's and a championship banner. It's been an outstanding second half for this Cubs team. Now it's a matter of just getting people rested and ready to go for the postseason.
And what a game last night, a night after the Cubs had clinched the division. They're able to knock the Cardinals out of wild card contention. It looked like Paul DeJong had tied the game in the 11th, and Leonis Martin with the great catch.
Yeah, sour taste in the mouth for the Cardinals as the Cubs first clinch on their field and then officially eliminate them from any postseason possibility at all. And the combination of Sang, Davis, and Martin, 3 guys who did not spend much time with the Cubs at all this year, factoring in a big way in that 2-1 win.
Ian Happ with his 23rd home run in the first inning as well. Well, the final chapter has not yet been written in terms of the 2017 Chicago Cubs, but it sure has been a fun year. Cubs Productions takes a look back.
Bottom of the 9th inning, ball game tied 2-2. Anthony Rizzo at the plate. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. Base hit, Cubs win. Anthony Rizzo with a game winner.
That is a fair ball diving stop. Chris Bryant with a gem.
Let's see if he can drive in the go-ahead run.
Gets away. Jay to the plate. Cubs lead.
One in the air, grand slam, Wilson home run. Time for a first big league knock here.
Ian Happ, first major league hit, first major league home run. He pulls one to deep left, number 2 today. A 99 pitch, complete game win for John Lester.
He's not going to throw to first base.
And he tosses it, and he got him! Attaboy, John.
Great moment of drama, 3-1 St. Louis. Fans are standing. Kyle Schwarber trying to come through. And the pitch. A swing and a high fly ball. Deep left center. Grand slam! Grand slam! Kyle Schwarber with a grand slam! That's going to be a base hit, and it gets by Piscotty. 2 runs will score. Cubs are right back in the game.
It's a grand slam! Ian Happ!
Wilbon, did your Cubs just turn everything around? They have come out of the break on fire. They just completed a 3-game sweep of the Baltimore Orioles and prized pitching acquisition Jose Quintana went 7 shutout innings with 12 strikeouts. They're behind the Brewers. The Brewers are a catchable team. I believe that the Cubs are going to go 20 games over the second half of the season.
Hayward leaps, and he makes a catch. Braun incredulous as he kicks the dirt. Ground ball, base hit. Cubs are going to grab the lead. It's 7-6. Rizzo in the air, well hit. It is a grand slammer.
Amala gets away. Here comes Baez. He scores. Cubs win. A wild pitch. Cubs win the ball game.
There's a base hit. Zobrist scores. Baez scores. Cubs win.
Franchise record of consecutive saves converted, 27 saves for Wade Davis.
He drives one to left this time, and
ground ball. That's a base hit. The game is going to be tied. Javier Baez delivered.
Fly ball, deep center. Broxton at the wall. A two-run homer. Called strike three.
Lackey fired up as he walks toward the Cubs' third base dugout.
Let the celebration begin. The Chicago Cubs are NL Central champions once again, and they're going to party in St. Louis. We'll have the Cubs hosting the Cincinnati Reds, the NL Central champions, as the celebration continues.
CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Beautiful day, blue skies above, cooler temperatures, and that's appropriate here the final couple of days of September. Jose Quintana will pitch for the Cubs today, but first let's send it down to the field for our national anthem.
At this time, please remain standing and join Nancy Mueller as she honors America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rockets wrangling, the bombs bursting in agony broke through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. The Cubs are back home for 3 final games as they tune up for the NL Division Series against the Nationals. That starts a week from today. First things first, as the Cubs welcome in the Cincinnati Reds. Welcome to the booth. Alongside Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. We'll get right into your pitching matchup. Jose Quintana will make his final regular season start, and a guy who could be very important come October.
Oh, absolutely, and he is putting on quite a finishing kick here. Complete game shutout last time out. And that was a Sunday in Milwaukee. In the month of September, he's made 4 starts. He's 2-0 with a 1.63 ERA. Everything on point in that game against the Brewers. Robert Stevenson's an intriguing guy, once a top prospect for the Reds. Struggled a little bit at the big league level last year and out of the bullpen this year, but since converted to a starter, he's been really good this year. These are his numbers against the Cubs. 6 games, a couple of starts, no real success in ERA above 6.
Cubs have dominated their division, 15 games over against the Central, and back home to finish off the regular season slate. Reds and Cubs right around the corner. Stay with us. After that Cubs Productions video that we showed you, they played it here on the big video board. The division champs coming out and being honored by the fans here at the ballpark.
Getting to be kind of a familiar sight, isn't it? The boys coming out to tip the caps.
It's your umpires for today. Mike Malinsky will work home plate. Mike Winters, the crew chief, at first base. Marty Foster is at second, and Chicago native John Tumpane will handle third. Prior to the game, just a few minutes ago, Benny's Beverage Depot presented an award to Wilson Contreras, the Benny's 2017 Most Improved Player. So he got the big trophy bottle in this season.
That would have come in handy the other night.
Yeah, donating $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository for every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit in the first inning, and they'll continue that today. Not all the regulars are back in the lineup. Joe really left it up to the guys on the roster. A few are getting 2 days off. But John Jay back in there today. Ben Zobrist. Another start for Alex Avila back at the plate, as Jose Quintana will make his final regular season start.
Yeah, I think the priority for Joe was to make sure that he shut Rizzo and Bryant down for a couple of days. Those guys have gone to the post pretty much every day all summer long. And most of the rest of the roster, he's moved in and out, and they've gotten plenty of rest. We'll get those guys back in there a little bit over the next couple of days. We expect Quintana, like Hendricks yesterday, probably 5 innings, 80 pitches, something like that would be the plan for Jose today. When he comes out, Contreras will come with him.
Yes, I said Avila behind the plate.
Yeah, Avila's
Avila
down
first.
Yes.
First.
And then the other part of it is you got to get your bullpen guys, get them back into the mix a little bit.
John Lester is scheduled to pitch tomorrow. Jake Arrieta probably will not make his start on Sunday. It's possible he could instead throw a simulated game. as he's still coming back from the hamstring issue. So the Cubs take the field behind the lefty, and let's check out the Reds. Southwest starting a lineup 67 and 92. They will finish last in the division, but they've got some dangerous guys in their lineup. Irvin in center, Zach Cozart having a career year at short. Joey Votto will get some serious MVP consideration. Eugenio Suarez will be in the cleanup spot. Jesse Winker is in left. Jose Peraza at second. Scott Schebler with a 30-homer season in right. Tucker Barnhart recently signed a contract extension, and the young right-hander Stevenson will bat ninth.
Well, the Cubs defensively set up this way today. Kyle Schwarber left, John Jay center, Ben Zobrist. And back in there, he's in right today. Happ plays third. That's intriguing. Ian Happ, we've seen him take some ground balls over at third base, but he gets a start there today. Mike Freeman plays short. Tommy La Stella is your second sacker. Alex Avila down at first. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. Lexus starting pitcher for the Cubs is Jose Quintana. Lexus experience amazing. He was nothing short of amazing last time out with that shutout against the Brewers. For the season, Sox and Cubs combined now 11 and 11 with a 4.06 as a Cub. 7 wins, 3 losses, 3.50 earned run average.
Looks like the wind is coming out of the north or northeast. I would say seasonably cool with that breeze, but feels good.
Yeah, it feels playoffy. Cool, crisp, a lot of energy in the ballpark. These fans up on their feet as the team took the field, honoring another division championship. Everybody rocking the gear. Displaced Alabama fan. Took the wrong turn somewhere.
So here's Irvin to lead it off. The Cubs have dominated the Reds here these last few seasons. They've won 28 of the last 38, including 10 of 16 so far this season. And as we get started, we want to welcome those watching on New Paris Telephone's quality cable in Elkhart County, Indiana. Quintana to Irvin. And we're underway, ball one. Pitch, big swing and a miss, 65 degrees, and that north wind is measuring at 15 miles an hour.
A little uptick in velocity from Quintana last couple of times out. That's his money pitch. That fastball up and in a little bit on right-handed hitters. Very comfortable executing that pitch. Gets a lot of called strikes in there. He gets weak contact in on the hands.
Just a brilliant performance on Sunday in Milwaukee. Complete game 3 hitter. Second career shutout. The other came in July of 2015. That was in Cleveland with the White Sox. 2 good tries, just missing inside. Full count with Cozart on deck.
He'll pound in there, and then if he feels like he's got the hitter starting to look inside, that's when he'll go either two-seamer or change up away. This guy has a good curve ball.
Going back in. And he got him.
And he just made the commitment to stay inside and punches out Irvin.
Giga Time moment is powered by Xfinity.
Again, inside corner with life. High cheese. Always works well in Wisconsin. There's a good slow breaker. Again inside, you see the pattern. The interesting thing, he's a guy who throughout his career has been among the league leaders in first pitch strikes. He did not do that much in that start with the Brewers.
There's a strike on Zach Cozart. So first shutout by a Cubs starter since Kyle Hendricks last year on August 1st. Pulled foul and out of play. Elias reported only 3 Cubs in the last 30 years have thrown a complete game shutout with no extra base hits allowed and double digits in strikeouts. So he joined Kerry Wood, who did it 3 times, Carlos Zambrano's no-hitter, and Jake Arrieta's first no-hitter. What a year Cozart has had, as he will enter free agency after the World Series.
Yeah, and he's battled leg injuries. Came out of the game the other day with a quad that plagued him for much of the year. Despite that, had a very beefy season.
Bounced to third. Happ with 1 career major league inning at that position prior to today makes the play. Happ to Avila for the out.
He will not get high points for artistic merit on this one, but he got the job done. That's traveling anywhere but the NBA. That's why you put him out there, just in case something funky happens. You need to play him over there, get him a little experience.
Joey Votto having quite a year. He has reached base a major league best 316 times. Charlie Blackmon second on that list at 283. So this will be the 3rd time in Votto's career he has led the majors in that category. Just about leaned into that pitch. Leads the majors in walk to strikeout ratio at 1.68.
He's got a definite plan here against Quintana because he's a little closer to home plate than he normally is. He's in that crouch, choked up.
And he is on pace to start every game this season. And in terms of MVP voting, that plays into it as well. Not a lot of guys play every game these days. Alcides Escobar, the only other player to start every game this season. And the last Red to start every game of a non-strike year was Pete Rose in 1975.
Good defense of the wicket right there.
Nice grab by Eric Hinsky. I don't know if he caught it, but he got a good shot of him, so I'm saying he made a one-handed catch. Votto acknowledging Hinsky. Into left. Happ is out there now, foul ground, and he tumbles into the front row. No nachos. The wind really pushed that one out of play.
Yeah, I mentioned this last night. We were in St. Louis. Don't need any heroics at this stage of the game. Don't need anybody getting hurt. I mean, it's hard to dial it back. Playing a major league game and the adrenaline's flowing. Everybody's trying to make plays, but
three and two to Votto. He's walked 134 times to lead the majors. He has struck out only 80. So think about a guy with 36 home runs who strikes out roughly once every other game.
Yeah, well, you start talking about the greatest hitters of all time with that kind of a profile. Guys like Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio.
Real good battle here. 3-2. Jam shot pop up, and Happ can't get this one. With some awkward swings and some weird foul balls, but he's hanging in there.
Yeah, he's such a smart hitter. He guesses along with the pitcher, and if he's fooled, he just has the ability to, because he's, the way he's on top of the plate and choked up, just a short little stroke, and just to try to make contact, and he's been able to stay alive. And this is what we see time and time again from Votto.
Ground ball to Tommy La Stella, so Quintana wins the battle, and the Reds go 1, 2, 3. Starting lineup, the 90-win Chicago Cubs. John Jay in the leadoff spot. Ben Zobrist playing right field. It's La Stella hitting third. Wilson Contreras a cleanup man. Schwarber left. He scored the winning run in the 11th last night in St. Louis. Happ at third, as we mentioned. Avila across the way at first. Mike Freeman gets his third start of the week at short, and Quintana will hit ninth, and Robert Stevenson is ready to go. And if John Jay gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Suarez in on the grass at third, and Jay swings and misses.
Stevenson, the Lexus starting pitcher for the Reds here today. 5-6 with a 486 overall. Much better as a starter.
Really good as of late.
He authored a good one last time out. Got it out of the way. 6 innings, a 2-run ball against the Red Sox. And the game prior to that, 6 innings of 1-hit shutout ball against the Buccos.
You're saying the mound was his treasure island.
It never gets old.
It doesn't, does it?
At least not for us.
1-2.
He's 24 years of age, 6'2", 200.
In the air, Irvin, in for Billy Hamilton today, makes the catch. You may notice a new patch on the sleeve of the umpire's shirts. That's for Bob Motley, who was the last living Negro League umpire. He passed away earlier this month at 94 years old.
Nice to honor him.
Ben Zobrist playing right. And he takes a strike.
And Stevenson better as a starter. He entered the rotation third week of July. He's made 10 starts, and in those starts he's 5-4 with a 3.57. That's where they envisioned Stevenson ultimately would end up. back in the rotation. Had a trial there last year, did not go well. Ended up in the bullpen earlier this year.
The theme for the Reds here these last few years, rookie starters. You really got to punish one today. And the wind blowing in as Irvin retires Zobrist.
Yeah, that's kind of a no-win proposition. Hitting it in the air here this afternoon.
Brian Price will return in 2018 as the Reds manager. Pete Mackanin will not return as a Phillies manager. He will join their front office. Bob Melvin had a one-year extension with the A's through 2019. So a lot of managerial news here as we near the end of the regular season.
Yeah, well, Major League Baseball prefer that announcements, hirings, and firings like that not happen during the postseason. There are some before and then some after. I don't think it's necessarily forbidden, but they prefer that clubs not do that. All the focus on the postseason. Tigers are going to need a new manager. You read today that Terry Collins was coming back to New York?
Well, there's a report, Newsday report, that the owner, Fred Wilpon, has repeatedly protected Collins from being let go. So we'll see how that plays out. Two and one on Tommy La Stella. The pitch. Line into center for a base hit. Normally in a bench role, but starting here these last 2 days.
His middle name should be Line Drive. This looks like a split finger pitch. Floated up there a little bit. Stella with that quiet approach. Stings it. Solid line drive single.
Wilson Contreras with 2 outs and a man on. The pitch. It is a strike. Yeah, so TC earlier this week said, I don't plan on retiring. He has not been offered an extension. And now this story about ownership, front office, it's kind of potential issues, and that'll be interesting.
Yeah, reading between the lines over the last couple of years, it's kind of the vibe you got was that Sandy Alderson was looking to move on in terms of the managerial situation there, and with the ownership is very loyal to Collins. If the story you read is similar to the one I read, maybe it's the same one, about how Fred Wilpon spent a lot of time in Terry's office and they got to be good buddies.
That is high on Wilson. StatCast is powered by AWS as we look at the lead of Tommy La Stella off of first base. "10 feet, that'd be the deep end of the pool, but not necessarily a big lead off of first.
The average lead is 11, 12 feet, something like that. That's the, hey, there's nothing to see here lead. It's like, I'm not going anywhere until Wilson hits this one in the gap. I'm going to try to score.
Tucker Barnhart has, by all statistical accounts, had a terrific defensive season behind the plate.
Yeah, when you watch him catch, you know, he's got real good hands back there, quick feet, and presents the ball well, and he's been rewarded with a 4-year contract. He throws well.
time for Listella with 2 outs, and this one fouled back under the roof.
And that's the thing, right? You know, the thinking is with so many young pitchers, you need a veteran catcher. And that's not necessarily true. With so many young pitchers, you just need a good catcher. You want a good defensive-minded catcher back there who knows how to call the game, can help steal some pitches for your pitchers. And Barnhart fits the profile. Homer Bailey is the only member of the Reds' current rotation who is not a rookie.
Laced out into right center. Irvin will cut it off. Listella makes his way to third. And they're at the corners for Kyle Schwarber.
Well, we didn't get our double in the gap. Line drive to the gap. Only able to make it to third base as Irvin hustled over and cut this one off. That's a good swing, though, by Contreras. Nose right on it. The pretty finish. Very photogenic finish.
Schwarber hitting 5th today. And no doubt would love to finish with 30 home runs. That is a strike. I believe last year, right? Jed Jerko and Curtis Granderson both had 30 homer seasons and did not knock in 60 runs. Thought we had that note earlier this year.
It sounds familiar.
It's rare, but it has happened. 30 and 59. Granderson and Jerko in 2016. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Of course, Kyle spent a good chunk of the beginning of the season batting in the leadoff spot. That's a good change up there.
Popped him up, and it's Suarez to make the grab. Back-to-back 2-out hits. No runs, however. Scoreless after an inning. Is presented by State Farm.
His license, no school, Friday at Wrigley.
Need to check one more box.
Happy birthday.
Eugenio Suarez takes a strike from Jose Quintana. 26 home runs for Suarez. They have 6 20-homer guys. First time in Reds history they've had that many. They have 3, or they are rather 3 homers away from their club record set in 2005. 222. Hey, happy National Coffee Day. I think it's an appropriate day for that, considering how late the Cubs arrived from St. Louis last night.
Yeah. I hit the rack around 2 o'clock. I imagine players about the same.
He just kind of threw his bat at it. I don't think it broke. And Happ will throw him out.
Yeah, the hollow sound you get when there's no hands on the bat when you make contact. Very windy up here today. Let's see, it's a breaking pitch. He's fooled by it out in front. And he just releases the bat.
So Jesse Winker hasn't played a whole lot. He's got 7 home runs. And this one into the corner, and it's just foul out of play. This conversation last night about the metaphor of a baseball season and a life cycle. And it does go fast, man. You look out at the walls. Looks like the colors are turning a little bit. Seeing some spots where the ivy's not quite as plush as it was a couple of months ago, and it means fall is here.
They do predict a return to some warmer weather a little bit later on in the next couple of weeks. Weather for the postseason last year was really beautiful.
We had a couple cold days in Cleveland to start the World Series. But then later on it was beautiful. We were in the 70s those last couple of days just off of Lake Erie in November. Very easily could have snowed. She says that's not much consolation for me today.
Depends whether you're in the sun or the shade. Yeah, folks bundled up. We got other people in shorts. Winker's a good-looking hitting prospect. Actually hitting for more power with the big club than he did in the minor leagues.
Yeah, 7 homers in 132 plate appearances. As he waits on a 1-2. Over grounder foul.
He was leading the International League in hitting and on base percentage when he was promoted. He did not end up with enough plate appearances there to qualify to lead the league, but the numbers were solid. Reds are an intriguing team. Last place finish. They've been down for a few years now, but a lot of firepower in the lineup, and some of these young pitchers are starting to figure it out.
Fly ball out towards Schwarber. He went back, kind of took a circular route. The wind again tricky today. 5 up, 5 down for Quintana.
Hey, tomorrow the Cubs take on the Reds. First pitch tomorrow will be at 3:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans 21 and older. Well, you're going to take home a Cubs Knit Beanie presented by Jim Beam. Tickets still available. Cubs.com to get yours.
Jose Peraza playing second base. 2 outs, nobody on. Second inning. Right down the middle for a strike. So the Cubs ended the Cardinals' playoff hopes with that extra innings win last night. Cubs went 14-5 against St. Louis this year. And not a lot of drama this weekend. NL second wild card still yet to be determined. The Yankees are 3 back of the Red Sox with 3 to go. Both teams in the playoffs. And the Yankees playing a matinee today, leading the Blue Jays 3-0 in the top of the 6th. Will Giancarlo Stanton hit 60 home runs? He's got 59 going into action tonight.
Who are they playing?
That's fouled away.
So if they pitch to him, he will, right?
The Atlanta Braves. So that's a 4-game series in Miami to finish the season. I'll be curious what kind of walk-up crowds they get, assuming, you know, Stanton's in the lineup. I can't speak for others, but that would make me want to go to the ballpark, even if my team's out of it, right? See a guy hit his 60th. You know,
it's not as magical as it used to be, but certainly it's a very impressive number.
It's the second. He's the second guy to hit that many home runs as a right-handed batter. Sammy Sosa, the other. Called strike 3. Peraza is out. Second strikeout for Quintana. Sammy. 0-0 early.
Free swag and enjoy Cubs baseball with a special edition of Fields Auto Cubs pregame live on location from the Jim Beam patio here at Wrigley Field. Early arriving fans 20 and older get a Cubs Knit Beanie presented by Jim Beam. Coverage starts at 2:30 on CSN. Beam me up.
So 1:20 today, 3:05 tomorrow, 2:20 first pitch for game 162 As Happ fouls out of play. So in order for the catcher to catch a foul ball directly behind home plate today, batter's got to basically hit it, what, just behind the mound? If you hit a foul pop, you know, straight up,
it's probably going to drift back.
That'll be 10 rows back.
This is a knock.
Happ reaches as Suarez doesn't even make a throw. He couldn't have rolled it out there better.
Pull shift on. It's a good pitch. A desired result. Fools him off the end of the bat. But it works out well for Ian Happ. A little gyro ball. Nothing Suarez could do.
Alex Avila playing first base. He caught last night in St. Louis. Cubs have 3 singles here in the early going. Otto holds Happ at first. And foul strike. Should mention with the NL wild card, Brewers will be in St. Louis this weekend. Rockies host the Dodgers. I would imagine the Dodgers will not have all their everyday players start all 3 games. And the winners in the West, and they will play the winner of the wild card game in the division round. Clayton Kershaw will get his final regular season start tomorrow.
Best overall record in baseball right now. Dodgers 102 wins. Cleveland has won 100. Astros have won 99.
We'll keep an eye on the Nationals this weekend as we try to make sure Bryce Harper is ready to go against the Cubs next Friday. Dealing with a little knee soreness, rested last night. Two balls and a strike. Stevenson will check on Happ, who has 8 steals on the season. Best of 5 starting in D.C. 1 week from today. We don't have game times yet.
We've seen Stevenson in the past. He's looked tentative, pitching out of the zone a lot, not trusting his fastball. He has a little different look here today. Still likes the secondary pitches. He throws curve, slider, and changeup to go along with a fastball that 93, 94 miles per hour. Pretty good arm side run on it. If I were a broker, I would tell my client, you know, you might want to pick up a little red stock. Stone is pretty cheap right now. It's got a chance to take off here in the next couple of years.
Takes the walk. 2 on, nobody out. Sunday afternoon games meant for kids at Wrigley Field following the final home game of the regular season this Sunday. The first 1,000 kids 13 and younger can run the bases, weather permitting. For more info on how to receive a field access wristband for your child to run the bases, Visit Cubs.com/kids. Mark McGwire would be the other right-handed hitter on that list. Forgot about Mark with the 60 plus. So McGwire and Sosa. And Stanton tied for 9th all-time on the single-season home run list.
Henry Aaron, who for a long time was the all-time home run king, never hit 50 in a season.
Yeah, how about that? Freeman. 2 balls, no strikes. Cubs have 2 on, nobody out here in the second.
Year after year, and typically 40, 44, 47 was his best single season. He did that in 1971.
So prior to the McGwire-Sosa run in '98, the right-handed hitter record looked pretty well, but again the wind is going to help the pitcher today. Irvin battling the sun. He makes a catch, tagging and heading to third is Happ. So Freeman moves him to third with 1 out. The right-handed record was 58. Jimmy Fox and Hank Greenberg back in the 1930s. So Stanton passing those guys with his 2 home runs last night.
What was May's best year? Do you have his?
Let's see.
52-ish, something like that.
52, I think, in 1965. Twice he hit 50. 1955 he hit 51. In 1965 he hit 52. Swing and a miss by Quintana with the infield in.
This is where Joe normally uses the safety squeeze.
Well, that was weird. He squared, pulled it back, squared again, and then missed it.
Squared early, and then he pulled it back as if maybe he was thinking about a little slug bunt, and then back into the bunting position in a somewhat feeble attempt there.
Kelly wants to know if you like your maple pecan latte iced or hot.
Oh, I haven't tried iced yet.
Okay. You mentioned that the other day.
Yeah, I've had a couple hot ones. They're good. Would have come in handy this morning. Well, he's taking a couple shots off the plate here now. He's got to throw a strike. I want to go 3-2 to the pitcher because that causes too much stress. Oh man, I'm 1 pitch away from walking him.
We did it. Yeah, 3-2.
Sure. You know, I think everybody's at fault there. I'm going to blame everybody for this pitch right here. The umpire might have missed it. It was borderline low. Stevenson should have been a little more aggressive, though, and Jose probably should have bunted that one. So it's a mulligan for everybody.
He gets the bunt down. Happ trying to score, and he will! As Votto's flip hits him. Avila trying to make third. He's safe. Cubs lead 1-0.
Well, that was kind of fun. After all that, Quintana ultimately gets a pitch he can put down, drops down a very nice bunt. Tries to make a very difficult play with this backhand shovel pass towards home plate. It's off the mark.
So guessing that'll be a fielder's choice. Well, actually it'll be a sac bunt for Quintana. Fielder's choice to reach.
E3.
E3 to allow Avila to head to third. And now John Jay takes a strike.
Say it all the time. Bunt situations, especially early in the ball game, the priority has to be to get an out. Late in the ball game, in a tight game, obviously there's more priority on getting that man at the plate. You should be willing to take a risk. In that situation, this one, the smart play is just get an out.
StatCast powered by AWS. So anything at that green line or beyond, that's where you want to send them. Yellow is about a 50-50, and then red is probably too shallow. Oh, let's see. This one should be deep enough, right? Avila tags. Yep.
Plus he's retreating as he caught the ball.
2-0. Sac fly, John Jay. So the Cubs with 2 runs on 1 hit here in the second inning. Ben Zobrist with Quintana at first, 2 outs. Speaking of Willie Mays, they're going to rename the World Series MVP award, which Ben Zobrist won last fall, in honor of Willie.
Oh, that's neat.
I saw that earlier today. We've got a Hank Aaron Award, best offensive player in each league. Willie Mays, World Series MVP. Cy Young Award.
Jackie Robinson, right? The Rookie of the Year. And the Jackie Robinson Award. Well, baseball would ever have a Lady Bing. Hockey still give out the Lady Bing Award?
Yes, they do.
For what, gentlemanly play?
Ground. And that'll do it. Yeah, 63rd anniversary of Willie's famous catch. Game 1 of the 1954 World Series. Cubs lead 2-0 after 2. On October 2nd, CSN will become NBC Sports Chicago, powered by Xfinity. All the games you love with expanded local coverage surrounding the action. October 2nd, CSN is NBC Sports Chicago, powered by Xfinity. One earned, one unearned run to give the Cubs the lead. Jose Quintana knocked in one of those tallies, taking his warm-up tosses. Bottom three for the Reds: Schebler, Barnhart, and Stevenson.
Teams going in different directions in more than one way, in that the Reds are going home after the ball game on Sunday. The Cubs obviously moving on, and of late, Cubs have won 13 of their last 16 ball games. The Reds have dropped 8 of 9. Will finish in last place for the 3rd consecutive season. I believe that has happened to them since the 30s. In 2015, they finished dead last, 36 games back. 35.5 games back, finishing last year. They're currently 23 games behind the Cubs. Some improvement, I guess.
Scott Schebler on Tuesday hit his 30th home run. Tied the club record for most 30 homer guys. Votto, Duvall, and Schebler. 4th time in Reds history they had a trio of 30 homer men.
And they got used to that in right field with Jay Bruce. Year in and year out would typically give you 30 bombs. Schebler stepped in and filled that role.
Swing and a miss on the curveball to get him. The other guys on that list, the other teams, 56, Robinson, Post, and Kluszewski all hit 35 or more. 1970 bench. Perez and May all hit at least 34. 07 Dunn, Griffey Jr. and Phillips with at least 30, and the aforementioned group we just talked about, which means they're aforementioned, so that's redundant. And a curve for a strike to Barnhart, switch hitting catcher. Not going to carry your club offensively, but you put him in that 8th spot, slashing 268, 345, 400 to go along with the defense, and that's why they gave him the contract extension.
Yeah, hitting a 288 here in September. 295 over his last 28 games.
All the way.
This is a good note in the Reds media notes. His 20 appearances since coming off the paternity list, he's hitting 286. So, you know, he's probably, everybody should have a baby. And then your batting average will go up. Have that extra mouth to feed you. There's a lot of incentive to perform well.
Yeah, here's Joe Smith batting 700. Joe's got 23 kids. And Barnhart went around. That's a strikeout. And Contreras will not have to tag him as Barnhart gave up on the play.
Plan your 2018 spring travel to Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona with Cubs Destinations. VIP spring training packages include game tickets, hotel accommodations, a rental car, Cubs swag, and a private meet and greet with Cub players. For more information, visit Cubs.com/destinations.
Now the pitcher Stevenson with 2 outs. Quintana's faced 8 and retired all of them. One other line in the Reds game notes I wanted to mention. It says today's game is the first of the final series of the 2017 championship season. That is absolutely correct. But it sometimes confuses people when you say, you know, this is the first game of the 2016 championship season. Yeah, the regular season actually is called the championship season. And when people hear that, they say, how do you know it's a championship season?
Somebody's going to win a championship.
Yeah. Quintana just struck out the side. Perfect through 3. To bike to every major league park to raise money for biking for baseball. Serious accident put Tim in the hospital and cut his ride short. Tuesday join CSN as we ride on for Lala at Ace Bounce. Tickets are $45, including appetizers, drinks, ping pong, and more. Purchase at csnchicago.com/ride-on. 2-zip. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Stevenson's first pitch to LaStella. This is for ball 1. Stevenson hails from Northern California. Martinez, California is his hometown. Threw harder in high school than he does now. Hit 98 as a senior. He sits in the mid-90s these days.
Got a little funk in his delivery, which could add a little deception. A little herky-jerky motion.
What a job Joe Madden has done. All these notes we've had about the last 3 seasons. 90 wins, 3rd consecutive season, 25th time in club history.
Yeah, it's always difficult to quantify a manager's impact. You know, how many wins is he worth? That conversation comes up a lot. I don't know if anybody's ever been able to figure that out. I think the thing that Joe did so well this year is he just didn't freak out. He didn't panic when things weren't going well. You would not expect him to. That's not his personality. I think sometimes with teams with high expectations, if they do struggle out of the gate, if you don't have the right guy in charge, it can get a little ugly. Guys start to panic a little bit. Manager starts to stress. That starts to permeate the clubhouse.
A roller to Peraza.
Like a jockey guiding a horse, right? And just kind of let him run, stay with him. Trust it that he's going to be able to make the big push at the end.
Yeah, we talked to Joe just about every day in his office, and he pretty much all year just said we're fine, we'll be fine.
I mean, there were times that you hear his post-game press conference, and you could tell he was concerned, and we got to get it going. These the guys we're expecting to perform aren't performing at a real high level, but
that goes flying as that ball rolls foul.
Some of the old school managers from back in the day might have been flipping over, the post-game spread and screaming and yelling and holding manager meetings and all that stuff that usually doesn't do a whole lot of good.
Well, it's where Joe does a good job of not paying attention to the noise and what people are talking about on the talk shows, and that's where you can get emotional, and you can, as a fan or an observer, you absolutely have the right to, as we said, panic and ride the roller coaster. But as a big league manager, you can't. You cannot.
Right. Your job is to, in a sense, de-stress the situation, and then a lot of times make sure guys are paying attention to detail during the good times.
Bounce to Suarez, who spins, throws, and gets Contreras.
I think some would find it easy to overlook lackadaisical play as long as your team is winning. I think a good manager will use those opportunities to remind guys, hey, you need to be backing up that base. You need to hit the cutoff man there. We got to make sure we go first to third on that ball. And sometimes when you're going through a tough patch, that's when you back off a little bit. It sounds counterintuitive, but I think that's what the best guys do.
Schwarber with 2 outs takes high for ball 1. Sure looks like a small ball day with the wind, and if anyone can cut through the teeth of that pretty heavy breeze, it would be more like Schwarber. He lines to Votto, and that will end the Cubs' third. They go 1-2-3 for the first time, leading 2-0.
To zip. Visit the Cubs Authentics auction page every week for your chance to own one-of-a-kind Cubs items. This week's auction features a game-used Hendricks jersey and Almora bat, bases from the past Cardinals series, and more. You can outfit your man cave with all that stuff. Go to Cubs.com/authentics before 8 p.m. Sunday, October 1st to place your bid. Cubs will donate net proceeds from the sale of Cubs Authentics to Cubs charities. That'll be this Sunday. Or your woman cave. Doesn't have to be a man cave.
1-0 on Phillip Ervin. Cubs lead 2-0. Back in August here at Wrigley Field, Ervin got his first major league hit, a home run. The next day, 3 for 4, double homer, 4 RBIs, including the game-winning homer late. He made his major league debut against the Cubs back in April.
Increased playing time with Billy Hamilton being injured. Hamilton's back playing.
Trying to win a stolen base crown. He leads D. Gordon by 1. Three and 1 to count as the Reds look for their first base runner of the day. Hamilton has 59 stolen bases. Gordon has 58 going into this final weekend.
I think if they tie, they should meet for a match race to settle it.
Nope, the wind again helping out. That felt like a home run swing, I'm sure, for Ervin, but it stays in. So pitching to the elements.
But Hamilton and D. Gordon at home plate. One head towards first base and circle the bases that way. The other one heads towards third. They both come sliding into home at the same time for a dramatic photo finish.
Cozart fouls and the curveball. I mentioned Cubs charities and a couple of charitable notes. And we mentioned last night Joe Madden's new t-shirt in support of hurricane relief in Puerto Rico. It's corkbaseball.com as Cozart bounces to Freeman. The Cubs tomorrow will donate proceeds from the Cubs charities 50-50 raffle to those hurricane relief efforts. And the Anthony Rizzo Foundation making a $650,000 pledge to the Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center at the University of Miami Health System. One strike on Joey Votto. And the Cubs also making a $110,000 donation to the United Negro College Fund. Right field corner. And that's the Reds' first hit. Votto to second, and he'll stop there with a double. So after 11 in a row were retired by Quintana, Votto doubles with 2 outs here in the 4th.
Yeah, kind of an awkward swing, but a productive one for Votto. Again, this is a good pitch, breaking ball down. And it was on 0-2, but there's no percentage in nibbling against Votto with 2 strikes. It was a quality pitch for the quality hitter. He was able to hit it in a good spot, so no hitter, and it wasn't going to be a case day anyway. Quintana not going to pitch too deep into this ball game.
Suarez, ball 1.
A lot of talk about the Cubs postseason rotation. One of the other things to consider, Quintana has never faced the Washington Nationals. Seems like that would be a little bit of an advantage for him.
Yeah, that's the conventional wisdom. The pitcher would have the advantage early. Popped him up. This will get Q out of the inning.
Whoa.
I think. Yeah, Happ makes the catch as Stella stumbled. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Cubs 2, Reds nothing. Our Cubs Insider at CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Al and Andrea Pasternak celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary today. Al works here at the ballpark as an usher, so congrats. His 70th. John Hendrickson celebrating today at the ballpark with friends and family. Long ball dropped briefly by Raza, but he recovers to make the play. Like I said, Happ made the catch to end the top of the fourth. It was Freeman as Stella stumbled. Here's Avila. Happ and Alex both reached to start the second, and they later come around to score the Cubs 2 runs.
It's a good primer getting ready for postseason against that Nationals pitching staff. You figure runs are going to be hard to come by. Got to be able to execute, move base runners along. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to play out that way. You might hit 6 home runs. You never know.
Hitting coach John Maley. This offense the most runs in baseball, 410 since the break. On the year, over 800 for the 10th time in the modern era. And over 600 walks for the 8th time in franchise history.
Done a lot of damage against the Reds pitching staff. Overall, they're 10-6 against Cincinnati this year. Red starters have a 5.59 ERA. That's last in the National League, 29th out of 30 in Major League Baseball. But improved, right? Earlier, when our last trip to Cincinnati, I think their starters' ERA was in the 6s. Historically high. They've shown some improvement.
The 3-1 pitch is taken for ball 4, so Avila's walked twice.
Bailey finished his season with a dandy the other day.
One-out base runner for Mike Freeman, who flied to center in the 2nd inning. Batting 8th, playing short. And lines one foul to the upper deck. A double play depth on the infield. Freeman a swing and a miss. Just a bit outside.
Like a career .292 batter as a minor leaguer.
And they'll try to turn it here. Double clutch. They got him. I thought Votto may have come off the bag at first. For now, that's a double play, but we will wait to see if Joe wants to challenge.
Yeah.
I thought Votto's foot may have come off at first.
Yeah, a little hesitation there at short as he tried to re-grip. Did Cozart. Funny, Freeman went back to the base as if he had been called safe.
It looked like the throw beat him, but is the foot?
That's what they're trying to determine, and
Joe said he was out.
Yeah, Joe rang him up.
Gave a pretty emphatic out call, in fact. Still 2-0.
2017 postseason tickets for potential games to be played here at Wrigley Field. Go to Cubs.com/postseason to register and learn more about this postseason ticket purchase opportunity. The registration period for the NLCS ends at noon Thursday, October 5th. High noon.
Cubs 2, Reds nothing.
Iconic yet terribly boring movie. Gary Cooper, High Noon.
Reds will have Winker, Peraza, and Schebler due against Quintana. Definitely warmer in the sun. A lot warmer.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Lively crowd here at the ballpark, hoping to celebrate this championship club, anticipating a postseason run.
Fly ball pretty well hit to left. That'll hit the warning track and bounce out of play. Winker's got a double to lead off the Reds' 5th. Second hit for Cincy. Both have been doubles.
Votto two-bagger with 2 outs last inning, and now leadoff 2-base hit by Winker. And this speaks to his power here. This is the other way. And again, he only had 2 home runs in AAA this year, 7 since he's come to the big leagues. People will tell you it's in there. He was a first-round pick of the Reds in 2012 from Orlando.
Outside to Peraza on a curve. Base hit. Winker had to make sure it got through, so he can only advance 1. And by far their biggest threat of the day.
Ross a good contact man. Doesn't walk much at all, nor does he strike out very much. He stayed on that breaking pitch. Got himself a knock. So we'll see if Quintana can work his way out of this pickle. Last time he faced 7, 8, 9, he struck them all out.
Will Brian Snitker return as the Braves manager? That is up in the air. So you look at the National League East. So the Nationals, the favorites going in and pretty much running away with it early. The Marlins going through an ownership change. The Braves, new ballpark. Again, not sure about Brian Snitker. The Mets, we talked about Terry Collins. Pete McCannon will not be back as the Phillies manager. And the Reds are on the board. 3 consecutive hits to start the 5th. Schebler knocks in Winker, and it's now 2-1.
Schebler, in terms of average, has been a lot better against left-handed pitching than right-handed pitching. Like Votto, he stays back and is able to put a pretty good swing on the breaking ball from Quintana. Get your double play here and punch out the pitcher and call it a good day's work.
Ball 1 to Barnhart. Slide step in the pitch and a very late swing.
I gotta believe that some of these managerial decisions that come down to the end of the year and they haven't decided to commit to a guy or not. Maybe it's a matter of having a couple people in mind as replacements who are coaching on someone else's staff, and you might not have permission to talk to them yet. You're trying to do some back channel stuff to find out if someone's interested before you whack your current guy.
2-1. But there's a pretty decent chance that there will not be any managerial changes in this division. Dave Martinez has interviewed for several managerial openings over the years, and I think he would be in the mix once again. At least a couple of jobs open. Any changes in the NL West. He takes off for third. As Peraza got a pretty good jump, but that ball hit foul.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real strategic advantage stealing third base with a left-handed pitcher on the mound. I think they just base runners feel more comfortable with the lefty out there who's facing away from third base. It's just a more comfortable look for them when contemplating a steal of third.
So 3-2 on Barnhart. Through the first 4 innings, the Reds had just one base runner against Quintana. And here in the 5th, a double, 2 singles, and now 3-2 on the number 8 hitter with the pitcher on deck. Here it comes, and a base hit. Peraza to third. Billy Hatcher is going to send him, and we're tied. Barnhart knocks in Peraza. 2-2. 4 straight hits.
Yeah, I think there's a couple ways he could have gone there. That fastball in on the hands, or try a little turnover two-seamer down and away. This one looked like it was just right out over the middle of the plate.
So Stevenson in a bunting situation here. Deadens it. Contreras will get one. Relay. Plenty of time as Happ fired a strike over to La Stella. So that will go 2-5-4 on the double play.
A great job by Contreras. So quick coming out from behind home plate. You got to make sure you get that ball pushed out away from him, or you're asking for trouble. And that's exactly what he got. His pounce factor is among the best in baseball. PF, you can look it up. It's in Baseball Reference. You got to have a secret code to get into those deep stats. Like a video game, you know, all those secret openings. How do I find out a catcher's pounce factor?
Two 2-0 to Irvin. Barnhart at second base. 2-2 tie. And Quintana hoping to limit the damage. Check swing foul.
We talk a lot about how wins and losses for a pitcher are overrated, but as a starting pitcher, you'd love to finish above 500 for the year. Quintana is 11-11.
Base hit. Barnhart's going to try to score. Here's Schwarber's throw. It's up the line, and the Reds lead 3-2. An RBI single for Phillip Ervin. 5th hit here of the 5th inning.
Yeah, and that's why I was making that point that you know, the game was tied. Now he's on the wrong side of it, and he's going to come out of the ball game. Not a big deal, but it's a deal. It's a little bit of a deal. Did he get third base there on the turn, Barnhart?
I don't know.
I think he did, but maybe just got the inside corner.
So that will be it for Quintana. Should get a nice hand here. His next pitch will be thrown in the division series as he'll make his postseason debut. Felix Pena when we come back. It's the Weber Sauces and Seasonings call to the pen. Call grilling flavor up to the bigs. Right-hander Felix Pena in relief of the starter Jose Quintana.
24th appearance for Felix for the Cubs this year, a .581 earned run average. Well, mostly good from Jose here today. 4 outstanding innings and 1 rough one. The numbers: 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, responsible for a base runner. He did not walk a man. He struck out 5. Retired the first 10 he faced. Good solid work today in his final regular season outing.
To Cozart. 2 balls, no strikes. First time All-Star. Career high 24 home runs for Cozart. The only other Red shortstop to hit that many in a season, Barry Larkin.
1990?
I have to look up the year.
I'm just guessing because that's when I pitched, so I figure I got about half of them off of me. Felix worked twice on the road trip, once in Tampa and a couple days ago in St. Louis.
1996, Larkin hit 33.
Okay.
Previous career high was 20.
Kozar, he got a donkey from Joey Votto for making the All-Star team.
He did. Wouldn't have been my first choice for a gift, but two in on the hands, and he stays alive.
Wow. He's probably wowing himself for swinging at this. And also, wow, I'm lucky that didn't hit me in the chest.
I believe it didn't break his bat. So another 3-2 pitch from Pena is inside for ball 4. Now he'll have to deal with Votto. So a donkey. Now you're a city dweller, so the pet thing is a little tricky for you, but taking a dog or a cat out of the mix, if someone offered to buy you a pet as a gift, what would interest you?
In the non-dog or cat category.
Yeah, something you haven't had before. Goldfish or something?
Had a goldfish, maybe a giraffe. Maybe a pet giraffe.
You must
would
have
be
high
cool.
ceilings.
Yeah. You immediately have a conversation starter.
A cool bird. Something you could have a conversation with.
Yeah, I like that concept. Iguana.
That's an idea. Line and dropped by La Stella. Irvin around third. He's going to score. It'll be an RBI single for Votto as La Stella got leather on it. Just could not haul it in. That ball was scalded. It's 4-2.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tommy would tell you later on this ball had a little sinkage, maybe some top spin. See the way that top hand comes flying through. That run will be charged to Quintana.
So he allowed 4 runs in 4 2/3. And ball 1 to Suarez. He is the 9th Reds batter here in the 5th.
Jose's outing today a little bit like Walker the other night in St. Louis. He had dominated for 6 innings and then the Cubs ambushed him.
Just foul. That might have scored 2.
Well, he's well positioned. He's up early and he makes the play. One you better make the play if you're going to block people's view and reach for it. If you come up empty, somebody's going to get it in the lips, and the little guy gets a souvenir.
Ball and 2 strikes to Suarez. Outside 2-2.
Put a turtle. Like a nice turtle?
Yeah, turtle would be good. He went around. That'll end the inning, but the Reds now have the lead. 4-2 in the fifth. Cap, thank you very much. Felix Pena hit it hard, but thrown out 4-3. That ball hit the dirt before Peraza threw to first. So Stevenson working with a lead for the first time this afternoon. Now John Jay with a sac fly his last time up. End up with 3 100-win teams. The Dodgers have 102. The Indians notched win number 100 yesterday, and the Astros are 99-60.
I read the Astros have outscored their opposition by 9+ runs in each of the last 4 games. The first time it's happened since like the late 1800s or something crazy like that.
Beat the Red Sox 12-2 in Boston last night. Jay will reach, and that ball is thrown out of play. Suarez probably shouldn't have thrown it in the first place. Single and an error.
Beautiful bunt by John Jay. He tries to get a little something going here in the bottom half of the fifth. Little push bunt down the third base line. Second error committed by the Reds today. Votto made that ill-advised throw home earlier. And this is another should have left it in the back pocket play.
Zobrist with a man at second and 1 out. Ball 1. It's a strike on a fastball at 93 miles an hour.
You know, again, a personal thing and not a big deal, personal achievement, but I would love the Cubs to see the Cubs at least tie this thing and get Quintana off the hook so he'd finish a 500 record overall as opposed to below.
Absolutely. Got a final Yankees over the Blue Jays today, 4-0. Masahiro Tanaka finishes his season 13-12. Had a big strikeout day today. 15 in 7 innings of work.
So let's say the Yankees went out, Red Sox lose all weekend. They're tied.
Yes. 1-game playoff.
Even though when they.
Yeah, because the loser has to go to the wild card game, and it's one and done.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I remember years ago the Astros and the Cardinals finished, and they determined who got the win and who was the wild card team just by head-to-head. But yeah, there wasn't the play-in game back then.
Right. Then it was still just go right to the division round. So if you're the Astros, you know, right now you're playing the Red Sox in the first round, but if you sweep them and the Yankees continue to win, you can put the Red Sox in a real bind. Well, that's the irony of the added rounds and the wild cards and all that stuff, is that if we didn't have that stuff, really the only division race, I mean, it would be Red Sox Yankees this weekend. That'd be the last thing to figure out. Everything else would have been determined. But even adding the extra wild card teams, there are going to be years like this where there isn't a whole lot of drama over the final few days. So then how do you do that if you've got the 1-game playoff? You know that you've got at least another game to play, right? So you don't want to spend all your bullets, because if you lose, you got a wild card game, and then if you win that, then you start the division series. I mean, there's a lot to think about. Popped into shallow right field. And it's Shepler.
Of course, at that point, you don't have a chance to line up your pitching anyway, because if you're in this race to the final weekend of the season, you got to run your guys out there.
Yep. I think you have to treat that playoff, if you have it, as if it's the final game.
Yeah. The most popular way to follow the Cubs postseason push is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
Because the reward for winning that game would be at least 2 days off?
Yeah.
2 or 3 days off. Stella in the air to right. Shepler in the corner. And I think he caught it. He cradled it on the warning track. We lose sight of the corner outfielder when he gets to that area right near the foul pole, but a nice catch by Shepler. And here's a good look at it on Willie Mays' anniversary. That's pretty well done. follow their quest for another ring right here on CSN with pre and post game live before and after every Cubs playoff game. Hanging out in the park here at Wrigley. And inside the ballpark. It's 4-2 Cincinnati. The Reds put up 4 runs in the 5th inning. All charged to the starter Quintana. Yeah, so we can add another one of those division title banners next April. And hopefully maybe a National League pennant and another World Series flag.
Ooh. It's a good pitch.
2-0.
He's going a little curveball here. Normally fastball slider from Felix.
Three and one. Kevin Shackelford. That's a leadoff walk. You can secure tickets for the 2018 season right now. This is your first opportunity to get tickets to the must-have matchups for the 2018 regular season or coordinate a group outing for any occasion. Visit Cubs.com/deposits for more information today. Raza shows bunt, takes a strike. 1 for 2 with a run. Stumble back to the bag by Winker. He did come off the base, but the tag had already been applied. Well, he was on it.
Taking no chances this time.
Peraza, just 23 years old, made his debut at age 21 2 seasons ago.
Pretty reliable contact guy, so he's a player that Price probably would like to play a little hit and run with.
Felix wants to chat with
yeah, Felix is thinking along those lines, keeping a careful eye on Winker over there at first.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Peraza originally signed by the Braves. He's been traded a couple of times. Gets away. Avila will pick it up, and no advance by Winker.
Talking with Joe earlier today, he thought he would take Contreras out of the game when Quintana left the ball game, but obviously changed his mind. Wilson due to lead off the next inning. Maybe he's going to get him one more AB.
Different vantage point for Alex. And from behind the plate, as he's at first base today. Curve is inside. Peraza involved in 2 3-team deals. Braves to the Dodgers. Trade deadline in 2015, and then following December ended up with the Reds. Dodgers, White Sox, Reds 3-teamer. Scott Schebler also involved in that trade. Freeman, Estella, but they can't quite turn it. As Peraza's speed beats it out.
So they got their ground ball, but didn't get their double play. Peraza guy that will ultimately probably hit for a pretty high average as a big league hitter. He's a versatile defender. He can play shortstop. I don't think they'd feel comfortable with him there on a full-time basis, so that's going to be a challenge for the Reds. With Cozart being a free agent, there's a chance that Cozart could come back to the Reds. It just depends on what kind of a market develops and what their payroll situation is.
I was just going to say he's a threat to go, and he did. He'll have to head back.
No, you cannot have a bite.
You know, an ice cream sandwich on a day like this is underrated. You know why?
Why?
It lasts longer. One thing to eat it when it's 87 degrees, but you gotta do it quickly.
Yeah, you can savor it here today.
Popped him up. Freeman saying, Tommy, last time you fell down, I'll just take this one too.
Yeah. Just in case.
I know Tommy heard about it from his teammates in the dugout. And it brings up Barnhart.
See, you should have been an ad man. That'd be a good ad campaign. Ice cream, it's not just for the summertime. You could espouse all the virtues of ice cream throughout the year.
Never too cold for ice cream.
Pat Foley's going to come along and sing the stretch later on. He's always promoting ice cream.
Yeah, Eddie O is
always talking
big on
about
the soft serve.
Yeah.
Well, I'm with him on that. Two and 0 to Barnhart. Throw over. Peraza back in safely.
Well, it's obviously worth keeping an eye on Peraza. It's a 2-run ball game, 6th inning. He's got speed. You want to keep him out of scoring position, but you got 2-0 count on the hitter here. You got 2 outs. You get so obsessed with the base runner that you don't make quality pitches.
A good throw by Contreras, but he would not have had a chance to get him anyway, and Peraza did not advance farther than second base. So his 23rd steal. And a 3-0 count on Barnhart with the pitcher Stevenson on deck. There's ball 4. 2 walks in the inning. Hey, the Cubs supplied the food. Well, Pork and Mindy's did, but the Cubs made sure it happened. So our TV crew very thankful for that. Get after it, Frank. Nice job, Stephanie, and great work by our entire home crew all season long. Our final CSN telecast will be tomorrow afternoon. That's right, Tom. The camera operators are good at facial expressions because they don't have a microphone, so we just
pantomime. Well, it's been a big year for Scooter Gennett.
Come on, Dave, smile for us.
Gennett, part of this launch angle revolution.
Hi, Greg. We had the other JD behind the camera, the other JD. Scooter Gennett.
27 home runs, 96 driven in. Slugging .538, a 4 home run game earlier this year.
Rocket foul. Look out. Hi, Win Griffiths. Hi, JD.
Hi, Len.
Scott O'Brien.
Scooter finishing strong, batting .337 here in September.
Called strike 3. So the Reds strand a couple, but they lead this game 4-2.
The Cubs are introducing game-changing new premier experiences here at Wrigley Field. Seats featuring prime views and access to an exclusive club and first-class amenities. These new premier experiences will allow fans to enjoy Cubs baseball. Hello there. And America's most majestic ballpark in a whole new way. Visit CubsPremier.com to join the Premier Client Priority List. Brain freeze.
Nice crowd today. We'll finish up the regular season on Sunday and then get ready for the playoffs.
Tank tops,
Shackelford is in.
Shorts and ski caps and heavy jackets. The Reds have used 24 different relief pitchers this year. Well, 23. Scooter Gennett pitched in a blowout. Shackelford's got a good arm, mid-90s heater, mostly hard stuff, cutters and sliders. He has a changeup but doesn't use it very much. Pitching for the 25th time, 5.02 the ERA. He's 28 years of age. He was a 21st round pick of the Brewers in 2010. And then with the Reds organization since 2015. ...24 appearances this year. That's the entirety of his major league seasoning.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the first strikeout by Cub batter today. Stevenson had none.
You know who else had none? This little pig. Kyle hit it on the screws last time, a bullet, but right to Joey Votto for a line out.
$36,258 the paid crowd in friendly confines. 2-1 to Schwarber.
If you had one of those weather apps, you'd have to have, you know, bleachers versus non-bleacher seats.
It does look like two different climates, doesn't it?
Section 215, it's a little chill, a little breezy and cool, but out in the bleachers, not too bad.
What I love about this ballpark, and the weather is such a huge part of the strategy of a manager. Today, the wind blowing in has taken away probably a home run at some point. And Schwarber with a base hit to center. Nice 3-2 swing.
Solid contact last time for now. This time he gets rewarded. He reaches out and punches one into center. Stevenson's line today, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 2, struck out nobody. He's looking to even his season record at 6-6.
Happ will participate in his first postseason. True rookie. One and one on him. 2-1. Game number 113. He's got 23 home runs. He scored 60 times, including in the second inning today. Healthy .839 OPS.
When he first came to the big leagues, we talked about his skill set, the comparisons to Ben Zobrist, versatile guy, can play all over the field. He's getting a chance to play third base here today at all the outfield positions as well as second base.
That's strike three. Shackelford with 2 punch outs here in the 6th. Avila will come up with a man on and 2 down.
He's hit for a higher average from the right side of the plate. Better power from the left. That down and in breaking ball's a bit of a weak spot for him.
Combined home runs for Avila, has walked twice today and scored once. 0-1.
A nasty pitch there. Cutter at 94.
Raza deep out in the grass and right. And the pitch. 1-1.
Pitching matchup of the night may be in Washington. Pirates at Nationals. Garrett Cole and Steven Strasburg will make their final starts. Final for Cole. Final regular season for Strasburg.
Schwarber, the man at first. 1-2, called strike 3. No argument from Avila. We go to the 7th inning. Pat Foley, voice of the Blackhawks, will join us. 4-2 Reds.
Do that on the air? Sorry about that.
You can say whatever you want. How are you, buddy?
I'm awesome. Great to see you guys, and congratulations to you guys and the Cubs for another title. Got to see Mr. Riggins briefly on the field before the game, and this is awesome. So it's prime time of the year for all you guys. Oh, hey, look at that.
I love it.
Sorry about the glare off the back of the head. And by the way, I've never felt so much pressure on a baseball field ever. Eddie Olczyk was a good ball player when he was a kid.
Yes, he was.
And if I bounce that thing in there, he may never speak to me again. So.
Well, we hear from Edzo all the time. He watches Cubs games every day, and you know he's battling through, and hopefully he'll get to do a lot of games with you this season.
Well, that's the hope, obviously, and yeah, you're right. He's in a battle, but
Irvin bounces foul. On to him now. Pitching, that is Taylor Davis over there at third,
making his presence known.
But anyway, he's hanging in there, and you know, a lot of days are different, but he's having quite a good day today, in part, I'm sure, because his number 2 son, Tommy Olczyk, scored a goal for the Rockford Ice Hogs last night in a preseason game.
Fantastic.
So, way to go, Tommy. And old Pops was pretty pumped up when I talked to him on the way down here today.
That is awesome. 2-1 on Phillip Ervin. So you're about ready to start your regular season.
Yeah, next week. I'll open up against the 2-time defending champ, so that'll be fun on home ice on Thursday night. And just when we're getting started, you guys head right into the most important time of the year. By the way, I got to say, you know, kudos to both you, Lenny, and JD. I mean, it's a terrific listen. I'm a big fan. I'm not sure I'm on the other end quite as often as Eddie O is, but I watch a lot. I'm a big Cubs fan, and it's a terrific broadcast. So well done, boys.
Appreciate that very much.
Thank you, kind sir. Right back at you. We always get excited for the start of the hockey season, and really enjoy you and Edzo and Steve and everybody delivering the action. What's the skinny on the Hawks this year? What's your vibe?
They should be good. You know, we'll see what happens. Most of the core is still in place. A bunch of young kids are going to be working their way in, trying to find their way in the NHL. So there's as many questions entering the season as there have been in a number of years for this team. But they ought to be good. And look at the defense is, I think you'd safely say, been revamped. And we'll have to see how that plays itself out.
Mm-hmm.
But a bunch of young kids have had decent camps. And we'll see how it goes when the real deal starts next week.
And the other storylines, the return of a couple of guys who were a real big part of this thing, right? Sod and Sharp.
Well, Sharpie, just seen him play the one game, but I think he's moving maybe as well as he did when he was here before, which is a great sign. And you know, Brandon Saad, amazing to think that he's been in the league for as long as he had, and he's younger than the guy we traded to get him back. So I think that's going to do. Go ahead, boys. Sorry.
We're on TV. You can keep talking. Come on. You know the deal. Two outs.
I think he'll do a world of good for Jonathan Taves, who had the type of year last season I don't think was up to his standards, although almost any other NHL player would be thrilled with that year.
Right.
But this, I think, is going to really do a world of good for Johnny, and so it shapes up to be that the Blackhawks ought to have a really good top six. And you know, when that's the case, if you get good goaltending and good D, I mean, you ought to have a pretty good chance.
There's Joey Votto, the Toronto native. 1 ball, no strikes. You're not dressed quite as formally as our last hockey 7th inning conductor, Don Cherry. He was all dressed up, as Don likes to do. As Zobrist to make the catch. All right, Pat, you're time to sing now.
Okay. Thanks,
Mazda
boys.
7th inning stretch time. Pat Foley with the Eddie O jersey coming up.
Guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Blackhawks TV broadcaster Pat Foley.
All right,
Let Eddie O hear you all the way in the suburbs. Good and loud. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Don't care if I ever get back. Oh, it's root, root, root for the Cubby. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1. Old ball game. Let's get some runs.
Over in the bottom of the 7th. Good job by the Hockey Hall of Fame broadcaster Pat Foley.
Oh, he nailed it.
His tribute to his partner Eddie Olczyk. And strike on Mike Freeman. Cubs trail by 2 here in the 7th. As he bunted through strike 2.
I feel like I just drank 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah,
the energy that Pat brought into the booth.
It's perfect for the sport that you and I both watch a lot of in the winter. Fast pace. They got the pace of play thing figured out in hockey. Right?
Well,
the fast face off.
Yeah, there's that clock thing.
One away. Here's Rondon.
Oh, Garrett, another one of these young, high upside pitchers that the Reds have. Counting on him to do big things.
Something you would never see in a game that mattered, right? A relief pitcher batting here in the 7th inning.
And we've seen two relief pitchers get at bats here. Pena and now Hector.
Oh, 0-2. We've said this before, speaking of pace of play, a lot of people expect there will be changes made in the offseason. Possibly, I don't think there'll be a pitch clock necessarily, but I do believe they will start to limit visits to the mound, even by catchers next season. Take it easy, Hector.
Don't pull anything. He beat it. Oh no, he didn't. I thought he was going to beat it, but you could almost read his mind going down the line, like, go for it. No, don't go for it. Javi wants a challenge.
It was really close. And Joe will challenge. If they reverse it, it'll be his first major league hit. And everybody here thinks he's safe.
Tucker Barnhart already threw the ball into the Cubs dugout for a souvenir.
Well, he moved down the line pretty well, and it looks like he's got another gear.
Well, he downshifted initially, and then he picked it back up, and he's telling Brandon Hyde just that. That's how fast I run right there. Zipping down the line.
.27 feet per second he covered. That's pretty good. They're taking time here when it certainly appears to us that he's safe. First major league hit for Hector Rondon.
Way to go, Hector. Hard throwing Hector turned into fast running Hector, and he's got himself his first major league knock. Nate Rivera, little bat.
Try to turn to Cozart, Peraza, Votto. And just like that, Cubs done in the 7th, trailing 4-2. eClickLending.com. eClick is located right here in Chicagoland and rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. eClick Lending. Your mortgage just happened. Eighth inning, Brian Dunsing is on.
Tune-up time for Brian. He's pitching for the 68th time. And a great percentage of those have been very effective. A 2.79 ERA for the veteran left-hander. He's got Suarez, Winker, Peraza for 5-6 in the Reds batting order today.
Well, nice to know Joe has another option off his bench. Hector Rondon.
Guy can rake.
Whipped into center. First reach for Suarez today.
Suarez has had a very nice year. Third base is a very deep position in the National League. It's a topic of conversation at the All-Star break. Arenado, Justin Turner, Anthony Rendon, Bryant, of course. A breakout year for Travis Shaw, the Lamb kid over there in Phoenix.
Two strikes on Winker. Stu is watching in Berlin, voting on the Cubs today.
Hey, Stu. Nice jacket, Stu. Not the Spicoli line.
Stu Nahan.
Stu Nahan.
Yeah. Michael Lorenzen up in the Cincy bullpen. Avila will get one relay late. Good try. Peraza. The outside corner. Jose Quintana started this game and he was dealing into the 5th inning. And things got rough. Gave up 4 runs in 4 2/3. Robert Stevenson went 5 for the Reds. Gave up 2 runs, 1 was earned.
The game certainly takes on a different feel at this stage of the season after the division has already been clinched. A lot of evaluators will tell you got to be careful not to overrate spring training performances and September performances.
A chance here. Estella and Freeman. This time they turn it, even with Peraza running. Brian Price, however, wants to give it one more look. Hefty leaderboard time. Rizzo 32 homers, tying a career high. Bryant, Schwarber, one away from 30. Baez, Happ, Contreras, all in the 20s. Garrett to Zobrist, ball one. Happy 80th to Bev Compton, lifelong Cubs fan. Popped up shallow right. Save that thought, JD.
I got it right here. I'm not going to lose it.
Something pithy, I know.
No, you mentioned Baez and his home runs. I was just looking at the National League leaderboard for second basemen. You know, guys who primarily play second base. Only Scooter Gennett has hit more home runs than Baez. Scooter's got 27. Baez tied with Daniel Murphy with 23.
So funny, isn't it? I look at Baez as having a lot more power than Gennett. But Gennett with this incredible home run season. Like, I'd be comfortable saying Baez will hit more home runs next year than Scooter Gennett. He might not, but
yeah, it depends. If Scooter's still a Red in that ballpark.
Right. La Stella cracks a single to center. His second hit. Oh, yesterday's offensive hero Taylor Davis. Ryan Price will make a pitching change before Davis bats. Got Lorenzen ready to go. And we'll be back, 8th inning. Tying run at the plate. Weber sauces and seasonings call to the pen. Lorenzen's had a busy season. This is game number 70 for him.
He leads their club in appearances. He's picked up 8 wins out of the bullpen. A 4.26 ERA, 82 1/3 innings of work, 76 hits, 33 walks, 79 strikeouts for the hard-throwing right-hander.
Taylor Davis with the game-winning RBI double. First run knocked in, first extra base hit in his short major league career. And he bats with a man on. And one out here in the 8th. The pitch. Bounce to third. Charged by Suarez. No play to be made.
Stole that one from the Hector Rondon playbook. And Ian Happ had one of these earlier. This time Suarez decides not to make an ill-advised throw. So there's no error, no extra bases gained, but a knock for Davis. Couple aboard for Schwarber. Big chance here in the 8th.
Wind has been blowing in all afternoon. Schwarber takes a strike, 97 from Lorenzen.
He got a big arm. He threw that one like he was playing catch. 97 with pretty good movement. A former starting pitcher, and he uses a starting pitcher's mix: slider, cutter, curveball. He uses all those pitches a decent amount.
That gets away. The runners will advance. So the tying runs in scoring position on a wild pitch.
Looked like a cutter, slider down in the dirt. And Barnhart was pretty adept at blocking that ball, not able to keep that one in front. Everybody moves up. Schwarber's had a couple good swings today, a line out and then a single last time up.
Strike 2, 1-2 on him. And he struck him out. That's the second out for Lorenzen, and it will be up to Happ. Blowing in the outfield is not wet. Not that deep. Especially in the off-field, Winker in a very shallow left. Inside for a ball.
Yeah, it's tying run on second base, so that becomes the priority for the Reds defensively to prevent that run from scoring. Looking forward to cheat in a little bit here.
And he drives one the other way. Winker will watch it go! A 3-run homer. Happ.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter much where you deploy the outfielders when the ball ends up in the bleachers. He homered last night in St. Louis. He does it again here this afternoon. Opposite way into the wind. He was able to keep it low and negate the effects of the wind to a certain amount, but this gives you some idea of his power. That was kind of fun.
Lead this game 5-4 in the 8th.
It's like, how dare you move in on me?
Ford home run replay. Two and 0 on Alex Avila. Yeah, that's a wow. On a day like this with the wind blowing in.
Well, so Jose Quintana will finish with a .500 record. Robert Stevenson, however, will not. Would have been his win. He'll remain at 5-6.
Another walk for Avila. That's his third. Freeman cuts and misses. First run charge to Garrett. Last two to Lorenzen, who's the pitcher of record. Dunsing could get a win. By Peraza, he'll get to the bag in time, but Ian Happ with a 3-run homer, and the Cubs have a 5-4 lead as we'll head to the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Ian Happ 389 feet into the left field bleachers. Benny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. Well, these last 2 days have been a lot of fun. The Cubs clinched on Wednesday night. Thursday, they beat the Cardinals in 11 innings on Leonis Martin's home run saving catch to end the ballgame. And this afternoon, Ian Happ with a dramatic 3-run homer in the 8th, and Justin Grimm will try to record the save.
Yeah, opportunity for Justin to finish off this tight ball game. 1-2, 5.63 ERA for Grimm as he pitches for the 50th time.
Facing Schebler.
I said it last night. Yeah, a meaningless game, but you might as well win it. Folks paid good money to be here. They want to sing the song.
3 career saves for Justin. He came in 2015. By far his best season so far. 1-1 to Schebler. Here's the pitch. 2-1. 2. Rounding ball foul. Jackson Stevens, John Lester tomorrow.
I think if either of these first two guys reaches, Billy Hamilton will come off the bench to run. He'd rather not deal with that.
He should be out number 1. Who wants it?
Everybody.
Oof. Basket catch by Schwarber. Behind the shortstop Freeman.
If you were a betting man and you wagered on who was going to catch this ball, you probably lost money as that play developed. Looked like Kyle was probably the third best option, but ultimately he was the guy who made the play.
Barnhart swings at the first one. That's a bad sun field, but Zobrist has the sunglasses, probably some eye black, and shading with his glove as well. 2 down.
Two down, 40,000 up.
Adam Duvall. Home run threat. Little pinch hit. Got 31 on the year. And you know he'd love to finish this season with 100 RBIs. He's 2 away with 2+ games to go. No doubt he'll be in the lineup tomorrow against John Lester.
Hitting just a .198 since the All-Star break. Still providing power though. He's hit 11 second-half home runs.
Fly ball. It is Ian Happ. Cubs win. Happ with the big 3-run shot in the 8th. And they win their 91st ball game of the year.
Yeah, that was fun. Big home run late. Justin Grimm gets an opportunity to save the ball game. He does with very little drama. 3 up, 3 down. And 3 balls to the outfield. Taylor Davis all smiles there. Quintana got his work in, as did a number of relievers. So a successful day, and the folks get to sing the song.
By the way, Cubs went 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Reds went 5 for 9. But the Cubs one was a 3-run homer. Tomorrow we'll be with you at 2:30. Cubs and the Reds, game 2 of this 3-game series. Our final CSN regular season telecast. 5-4 Cubs your final. Up next, Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post game live. Stay with us.